See if the screenshot feature still works in the XIEGU X6100 after the latest firmware update 117 17th of January 2022. IP address, you go into Wi-Fi LAN, system settings, move to wireless LAN with the MFK knob and push select. With the config knob, with the edit knob, push it once. It will search for Wi-Fi. Takes about a minute. Now you'll notice it's already connected from a previous one. You have to disconnect from that. So push disconnect here, and it will disconnect. Now use the config button to go down the list here with the orange square and change the IP address here to something that is one that you're used to seeing for your items that are connected to your router. Like on mine it'd be 192.168.0, say .10 for example, and on yours it could be 192.168.1.10, and use a number that isn't already being used. Now click edit here, this button here, and the keypad comes up, and then you can delete with the back arrow here. You have to turn with the MFK knob here to the back arrow where there's an arrow here. Push it several times to delete, then start typing in. Now you could plug in a keyboard if it was easier into the host port to speed things up. Otherwise you have to go through, and then once you've done it, go to enter and hit out by the X. There's an X here at the bottom, and there's your enter. Look in your router or look at a IP scanner to see what types of IP numbers you can use and that are already being used. Once the number's in, select enter with the MFK, enter here, which you'll see it's appeared there already, and then we'll click out of the keyboard. Now we're going to hit the connect button and see what happens. What we want to happen is connected but with an IP address. There you go, we're successful. Now we're going to go over to our computer and see if we can SSH into the X6100. M0FXB, welcome to my channel. Please like or subscribe if you're finding my videos useful. So we are in the XIEGU as usual, and we're going to use WinSCP to have a look at this screenshot feature. Ham Radio Dude and temporarily offline, and I think it's K6UDP and others have discovered this. So thanks to them, and you've just watched the video about how to get your your Wi-Fi to work, and then with a IP address that you can find on in your router in your IP search. So you've seen that. So now we're going to use that IP address to go to and use WinSCP. WinSCP is like another way of logging into your SSH type files. Like when you use PuTTY. So I've downloaded that. It's a free download. Link in the description. Right, let's find it. So here it is here. Let's boot it up. This is the window that we're going to be using, and then go to new site here. Now, the first thing you do is put in the IP address that we've seen on our radio, 192. Yours will be different, 68. It's not the default one that you get with the radio. You have to do the process you saw before this video. 0.115, but you can after that use the radio as normal. I've got my radio on now, HF, it's working perfect even though I'm going to be talking to it. So 192.168.0.115 is the one I've chosen, and then 22 as well here. Click enter, and it's now going to ask for the password, the username. If it doesn't do this, then you're doing something wrong. So the username, thanks to XIEGU, is root. And hit enter. Obviously it's a bit open, so they'll probably change it, but because it's it's not safe, is it, to have such easy to find usernames and passwords, enter. So we're now into the file system or directory of the radio. So now we're going to click this up thing here. So be very careful not to change anything. So double click up. Here it is here on the right hand side, sorry. These are all my old stuff. So here on the right, up, and there's one here called, let's find it, USR. Double click that. And then look for one that it says app. That's the one up there. It is there at the bottom. Now this was found by accident. Double click, and now in here is where screenshots are saved. Now at the moment I don't know whether the new firmware has got rid of this feature, but I'm not going to change anything here. But at the moment, as far as I can see, there's no screenshots. Now I have been pushing the speech lock button, and because that's how you add screenshots. So there's nothing in there now, but that's how you do it. What I'll do is I'll maybe reboot the radio and re-enter this program and just see if they appear. The screenshot feature, before, what you did was you just pushed this button here and it saved some screenshots into a file. We just looked at that, but right now I can't see that those files are appearing. So it seems to me like in the new firmware version 117 17th of January, that feature seems to have either vanished or moved. So let's see what others can find. 7.3, thanks for watching.